Very good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. As usual, back again to let you know what's happening with our players, the team, and everything in between. So I'm guessing you guys have already seen the list, the first official list that Coach Chelle has decided to release, and this list contains 39 players in total. It's a really expansive list, and this is the first provisional list. So anybody that will will eventually be called into the final 23-man squad will definitely first have their name in this list, and then uh before they get to make or stand the chance to make the final 23-man squad. And as you can see on the screen, for goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali makes the list. Maduka Okoye, Amasobasoge, Adele Adebayo, and then Kayode Bankole. So for defenders, we have William Chus Ekong, Batuse Samuel, Bruno Onyemechi, Gabriel Osho, Calvin Bassi, Olaoluwa Aino, Zaidu Senusi, Igor Ogbu, Jordan Tornariga, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi. For midfielders, we have the likes of Wilfred Ndidi, Rafael Onyedika, Alhassan Yusuf Abdullahi, Fisaya Dele Bashir, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi, Joseph Ayodele Aribo, Anthony Dennis, Crisanto Zuchi, Papa Daniel Mustafa. Then for the attackers, we have Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lukman, Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Boniface, Moses Simon, Sadiq Umar, Nathan Tella, Cyril Dessas, Tolu Aroko Dare, Chidera Eduke, Paul Onuachu, Ahmed Musa, and Ako Adams. So this is a very expansive list, a lot of players here. Definitely, we won't be going forward with all of these players that have been mentioned there. Of course, it's just going to be 23 players that will get the ticket, the flight ticket, all expense paid to come to Rwanda to play, the game against Rwanda, to come to Kigali to play again against Rwanda. And then with this list, of course, there have been a lot of reactions from pundits, football fans, everyone who has seen the list. But my major concern right now is what the fans are thinking right now. There have been a lot of criticisms coming in from the fan side about some of the players that have been included in the list. For one, Kelechi Iheanacho is one of the guys that a lot of people are not so happy to see in the list because of the dip in his form recently, and the fact that he doesn't seem to be in the right club. His trajectory in terms of where he is right now, obviously playing for Middlesbrough, doesn't seem to Nigerian fans as where he should be and get a call up. So a lot of people have criticized Iheanacho's inclusion in the list. And then there's also Ahmed Musa. I think is the one that has got the second most massive criticisms in terms of making this list. The fans, as we've talked about several times, feel that Ahmed Musa is too old to make the squad, and even a lot of people believe that the league that he's currently playing shouldn't give him the pass to make the list, not the provisional list, not the 23-man list, not any list at all, because like it or not, large sections of the fans believe that for you to make the list, you have to be in one of Europe's top leagues, and NPFL, Nigerian Local League, isn't exactly a top competitive league in these fans' in their point of views. I'm not saying that NPFL is not a competitive league, because obviously everyone has their opinion. For me personally, I've gone to the stadium several times to see NPFL games, and I really enjoyed it. It was very exciting to watch. It was competitive, and personally, I feel it should be given a chance. But that, of course, my opinion is my opinion. But a majority of the fans feel that Ahmed Musa should not make this list. But again, Coach Chelle that included him definitely knows why he did so. For we now, I think it's easily deducible why Coach Chelle would have opted to take him along. Of course, he has experience. He's done it several times with the national team. He still scores goals, like it or not. With this kind of pillar side, he actually has scored 6 goals for Kano Pillars. So Musa is not a joke. Despite his age, he's still someone that is productive when the chance comes. He still has a space, even though not as he used to have it when he was younger. But all of these bits and pieces of um, qualities, I would think are the reasons why Coach Shah included him in the list. And then moving forward to the next aspect, I wanted to analyze this list. If you look at it, you see a fine mixture of home-based and foreign-based players. Coach Shaw has moved to select up to 4 home-based players. We just talked about Ahmed Musa. He's currently a home-based player, and then we have Kayode Bankole, who's also an NPFL goalkeeper. And then for the midfielders, we have the likes of Papa Daniel Mustafa, who has also been included. And then where else? We have the likes of Ifan Onyebuchi in the defensive area. So we are seeing at least 4 home-based players, which of course is something nice to see. Of course, it's always good to promote the home-based MPFL players, and obviously select from them, because if you do watch Nigerian league, you would know that we have lots of talent there. Despite how it is, despite the league not having all the necessary facilities, promotions, TV rights, and things like that. But you cannot deny the fact that we have quality talents in the league. After all, some of the talents that we now invite back to compete for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they started as a local player, and then found their way out through trials, scholarships, and then went to Europe, and then started playing well. And we now in return go back to look for them and start to beg them to come play for the Super Eagles. So obviously the MPFL cannot be discounted, in my own opinion. And I think Utrecht also saw this, which was why we are seeing inclusions of some of these players. And then another aspect of my critiquing of this list is the fact that Coach Chelle has moved to include a number of players who, if they make the final list, will be making their debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So that means we are going to probably see a few debutants for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And talking about these debutants, we see the likes of Chris Santos Uche, who has been powering on this season with Getafe Football Club. He's done enough to gain the attention of not just Coach Shaw, but also we the fans, everyone, journalists, fans, every single one. He's really done enough to get the attention. So it's going to be exciting to see him making his debut. And then we see the likes of Tolu Arukodare, also being mentioned here. So it's definitely going to be very exciting. And then there's also a certain Anthony Dennis, who plays for Giuseppe. He's been really fantastic as playing as a midfielder for Giuseppe, and he gets his chance right now to fight to make his debut. So this is just only a few names I've mentioned, potential players to make their debut. Of course, we still have players in the MPFL also invited who could make their debut. Papa Daniel is one of them. Kayode Bankole, is also another one. So this list is really exciting and interesting for me. I feel like Coach Shell really took his time to gather all of the best informed players that we have currently across the globe, not just in Europe, but also in the local MPFL league. But it's still a far cry right now, for all of these players, because there's still going to be a further cutting down of this list to reduce them to 23-man squad. But anybody that made this list, I mean, the players now looking at the list officially being released by NFF and seeing that they actually made the 39-man list, they are going to be really proud of themselves, and they are going to be happy. but also excited and eager to see if they are going to make the final 23-man list. But of course, all fingers crossed, uh, and seeing the list the way that it is, I have no doubt that the final 23-man list that Chelle and NFF are going to select from this broader list is going to be a very exciting one as well. So keep our fingers crossed and then see what happens, in the coming days.